Hello, I'm John McNamara. I'm one of the senior inventors in the IBM Energy Lab, and I'm here today with Hani Bandy. How are you, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, doing well. Thanks, John. Hopefully everybody's
Awesome.
doing well too.
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you, mate. Yeah, so we're going to talk to you about application management. But before we start, maybe introduction to Hani. Hani, what do you do at IBM? Can you tell our viewers?
Yeah, sure. So I've got a really cool job at IBM. I'm responsible for building solutions. So I have a team of 8 SMEs, and we build solutions across application performance management, um, cloud, network, service providers, and service management. So we build full stack solutions from beginning to end. So you get out of the box dashboards, network views. You get alarming. You get monitoring, management, and roles, all built, done, packaged, and easily deployed. So that's me.
Fantastic, buddy. So, all right, you sound like you're the perfect person to ask the question of. We'll kick you off with, what exactly is application management, Hani?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
Good question. So, if we look back at application management, the history of application management used to be, I want to understand if my server is up and running, right? So it was very simple, ICMP ping, right? Is it up? Is it down? Followed by then, host statistics, right? So I want to understand, how's the host doing? So I want to be able to collect metrics on CPU, memory, disk utilization, and is the app up and running? Today, application performance management has really evolved into end user experience, runtime application management, business transaction management, deep dive monitoring into the applications themselves, right? For applications such as J2EE and .NET, and then really the holy grail is around analytics and reporting, which is understand how my applications are running in a virtual environment or a physical environment, and what's going on with the infrastructure that supports the application. So this would be the networks, this would be the servers themselves, the hypervisors, etc. So when I have a problem, where is the problem? What is the nature of the problem, and how does it impact the business? So APM has really transformed over the years.
Cool. So I think we touched upon it, and there's a theme running through what you said. But if you had to concisely break it down, what problem would you say application management solved for the user?
Yeah, sure. So really today, application management was really focused on, the guy who's responsible for monitoring. But today application management really applies to several different personas, and those personas would be the line of business persona, right? So he needs to understand, how his application is performing, because that application is supporting the business, right? And so when the application performs poorly, or there is a new rollout of the application and it is not, handling the number of transactions that it's supposed to handle, then that's business impacting and could cost dollars and cents, right? For the monitoring person, the operations person, he cares about the health and well-being of the applications. What is the status of the applications? What are they doing? And when a problem goes wrong, what's the nature of the problem? Can he pinpoint it very quickly? Can the application itself, the APM application performance management solution, pinpoint it itself for him very quickly so that he can diagnose and resolve the problem? And then really the new persona is the developer themselves, right? So as they're, if you're looking at development operations or development period, when you build a new app and deploy that app, you want to be able to measure it. Here's how it used to run, here's how it runs now. Are they running properly? Can I compare the statistics between previous and new, and figure out the improvements? So being able to, the developers being able to deep dive into the applications to see specifically how the code is running, where there's a problem, is there a memory leak, is there an issue that's going on, what is the nature of the issue, is it with his code, something else, right? It's transformed. It's application management has transformed across the personas today.
Fantastic. So you mentioned a number of people there, but could you tie down who would you say application management is really for? Who do you see as being the users of this?
Honestly, I would say all three personas: the line of business, the operations folks, and the application developers. They're the three people that really care about, what's going on with their apps. To a larger extent, I would probably say for the, for the services folks who are building and deploying new services also, right? Understanding, the components that make up that service, servers, routers, switches, networks, applications, virtual infrastructure, physical infrastructure. It makes a difference to them, right? So, it's no longer how is my server doing, how's my application doing, but you have to take a broader look as to how's the service doing, and what does the service support, right? So which line of business is the service support? Is it internal facing, or is it external facing? What happens when things go wrong? So for me, I tend to think about those folks, right? So the line of business owner. I think about the operations person. I think about the development person, right? They all have a hand in ensuring that the infrastructure is running properly. Because in the end, it supports the business. It's really about the business. How is the business running? And in many cases, when things go wrong, how do I get back to happy, right? Yeah. Identify the problem quickly, resolve the problem quickly, and then ensure it doesn't happen again.
So I think you've kind of touched on it there as well. I was going to ask the question of the term that's on everyone's lips, extremely important, time to value. How can we help? How does application management help in time to value? Do you have any examples for us?
Yeah, so there's a couple of examples. We do a lot of work with our own applications. So for web server application server monitoring, we built a full stack solution. Right, that full stack solution has out of the box dashboards, and those out of the box dashboards really speak to the personas. Those personas are the line of business persona. So we've given the user the ability to integrate with their business metrics, bring these business metrics and put them into a line of business dashboard. That line of business dashboard is looking at the applications. It's telling you what your transaction rate is like, how much money you're making, how much money you're losing when things go wrong, right? What is the nature of the transactions? And so when you have a problem with one of your applications, WAS applications, this is specifically a JVM that's supporting the business, you can switch into an operator view. That operator view is displaying all the metrics that are specific to that app, right? So all of the apps that are running, not just that particular app, but all of the apps that are running. So very quickly you can see what's happening, the nature of the problem, where it is, any events that are that have been generated by our APM monitoring infrastructure. And then beyond that, we give you the deep dive analytics to go into predictive analytics and into log analytics. We've done an integration into our trouble ticketing system, but our solution is flexible enough to be able to integrate into third-party trouble ticketing systems such as ServiceNow and Remedy. And so the neat thing here is that we've built this packaged solution to help our end customers manage their WAS infrastructure environment very, very easily. And the neat thing is that we've taken that solution and actually built Docker containers. So we've taken this fairly and I won't be shy. It's a large solution, and place it into Docker containers. So where I might have my SMEs out there doing a deployment, and that deployment might take 2.5 to 3 days to get up and running. We've actually reduced the deployment time to something like 6 minutes and 22 seconds.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a huge time savings. So in a proof of concept, a lot of the times you're being measured on things such as how quickly can I deploy the software, how quickly can I get it up and running, integrated, etc. Well, leveraging Docker containers, we've actually pre-integrated everything into everything already. So as you launch the Docker containers and they're up and running, all the components are up and running. They're integrated. They're set to go. So now we are focusing on the proof of concept. So the real things that the customers want, not the how long does it take to install, how long does it take to configure. Let's get to the things, the business value things that they're looking for out of the proof of concept. So that was a huge win for us, and we actually got a chance to execute our proof of concept at several large customers, enterprise customers. And one of our customers said to us that even though you started a week behind, by the end of that Monday, we were farther ahead than our competition, which is you know, a huge you know, a thing to have a customer say to us, especially, you know, since we put a lot of effort into building out the Docker containers, and to see that that hard work come to fruition during a proof of concept, and get the validation from the customer.
What an awesome endorsement as well. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, very much so.
So I'm sold. I think it sounds fantastic. Where can I go for more information? Is there a community or a blog, or you know, any info center I can go to for more info or white papers?
Sure. On IBM's website, there's several different areas that you can go to. There's our IBM website, but you know, if you go to YouTube, there's the ISM Connect site, where we have a lot of our content there. You know, lots of really cool stuff for you to go check out and see. There's the IBM Developer Works website, where, you know, users can come in, register, be part of a community for, you know, APM, network and infrastructure management, application discovery, etc. So there's a lot of different avenues that they can go. And then, you know, if they ever want to try out some of these solutions, they can always go to our Service Engage, IBM Service Engage site, right, which is allows you to spin up these instances and actually try them out. So it's a try and buy methodology. So, you know, lots of avenues for customers to leverage.
Fantastic. Now what I'll do is I'll grab those URLs and I'll put them into the notes for the video. Hani, it's been an absolute joy to be able to chat to you today. Thank you so much for joining us and give us a fantastic introduction into application management. Thanks so much, buddy.
Thank you, John. Really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Take care now. Thanks, everyone, and bye-bye.
Cheers.